Brother ally. Thing. I actually can't believe I found it. This was in my buddy's trailer for I don't know how long. I had no lighters, no butane. So I said, alright, I'm gonna go check his trailer, and I was like, I'm doubtful if I'm gonna find anything. Well, I actually found one of my lighters in his trailer. That still works. That's a big thing for me. That's the difference between having to go out for 2 days or not. I don't have to go anywhere now. Because I needed a lighter. This thing is pretty much full. And these never stop working, man. Don't matter how long one of these sits, it'll light up. That's the truth. I just can't believe I found it. Because there was no others that worked. They were all broken or old. This is literally one of mine. It was left there within the last 4 years at some point. And I don't think it was last season or the season before, so I think this might be from 2022 because that's when I was living there, and I would have forgotten lighters there. I would have left lighters there then. But the fact that I was able to find this was just very big. because I am not getting in that car driving somewhere to pick up a lighter. I just wasn't going to be doing that. So I said, alright, I got an ideal. I said, I got an ideal here. I said, I'm gonna go check my buddy's trailer and see if he has any lighters that he left around. And 2 minutes into searching, I found one of mine. So I didn't even have to steal. I just took back what was already mine. Now, like I said, if it wasn't these are called Liberty lighters. It's a cheapo brand, but they'll last forever if you don't break it. But this brand is famous for being able to just sit for a long time and then it'll spark right up. People call them crack lighters, whatever, you know, because you could break the fuse or whatever, or whatever you want to call it. You could make more butane come out of it, turn it into a crack lighter, whatever you want to call it. Or you have my situation where all my lighters are dead. Like, they're just dead. Like, I had like no butane in any of my lighters. This is a blessing. This is a fucking blessing. This fucker will probably last like 3 days. The lighter made my day, man. See who's around in the afternoon, man. What's up, witch? So, I found one of my lighters from 2022 in my buddy's trailer. all my lighters are dead. And I don't feel like going out. So I was like, you know what? There has to be a stray lighter just somewhere in his trailer, somewhere, from the party years. Well, I went right in one of the shelves. Not only did I find a lighter, but I found one of my own lighters. Because I know it's mine because it's a brand called Liberty Lights. And my grandfather that passed away years ago gave me and my friend a whole fucking bag of these cheapo lighters. Well, just this one was the only thing that wasn't not there. All the other lighters I found in his trailer were broken or didn't work, but I found one of mine, man. And now we don't have to go out for like 2 days because of it. So, you know, always check your buddy's place. Because I almost didn't because I was like, that fiend would have taken every goddamn light source with him. Nope. This was sitting in there from 2022. And I know it was 2022 because that's when we lived together. And we had that bag of lighters. And when he cleaned everything up that year, he just stuffed everything in closets. Well, this was in the closet. And these will always work. These never die. Like, these will always work. No matter how... Well, depending on the condition, obviously. If it sits out fucking side, it's not gonna work. No, it was in a dry environment. You know, not many people get that excited over finding a lighter, but like, that made my day. For me, it meant not having to go out, which saves gas. Potential for getting in a car accident. When you're going wherever you are to get the lighter, once you're there, you see something on the shelf or a drink maybe or something, or like cereal or something. And now guess what? You just bought lighters and you added something else onto it. Before you know it, you spent $10 and you were just trying to get a lighter. Well, Harry Potter and Santa Claus and all the reindeer were on my side, and I fucking like just honed right in on it and found it. My lighter. I don't even have to say I stole it, because it's mine. But just like, if the odds, I can't tell you the odds. It's this, finding that in condition was 1 in 100,000. Because my brother, my friend, whatever you want to call him, is a fucking fiend. In a good way. He always makes sure he has a lighter. Well, that being said, I don't know how that got left behind for as long as it did, let alone still working and where I found it. Because everything else in that trailer is ransacked. It's a very nice trailer. It's kept clean. It just doesn't work. And people want to get rid of it because it looks bad. Well, his mom's new sponsor paid for the season and told them not to move the trailer. Which means one of three things. 1, she plans on coming up here once in a while. 2, Dawson might be coming to live here at some point. Or 3, she did it to make a point. To make a point to the new people that are here to say, hey, I've been here since 2004. Fuck you. not moving my trailer. That's what I think she's doing. Because she has that site since 04, which is a decade almost before I came out here. I think it was the third option. Fuck you, I don't want to move my trailer. That was what she did it for. Well, anyway, bro, I ransacked the place. I found a box fan that me and him bought a few years ago. I got my TV back. I found my lighter. I got paper plates. I got enough toilet paper to wipe my ass for 10 years. There was a whole 32 pack of toilet paper in one of the cabinets. Now, you might be like, well, Dave, that's not very nice. You're taking people's stuff. This shit's gonna sit there for years potentially, and it's like it's been sitting. Well, I had enough. I was like, bro, if his mom called me and said, hey, did you take some of the paper towels and stuff, like blah blah blah, I'd be like, listen, I don't have a job. You're with a guy that has money, like usual. That's what you do. If you really want to come at me over paper towels and toilet paper, fucking bring it, bitch. And she wouldn't say anything. She would be, oh, I didn't know that, honey. I'm sorry. I didn't know you weren't working. And I'd say, listen, I didn't mean to take the stuff in disrespect. What would you do? Your buddy, who isn't gonna mind, when he comes back, if he wanted it, he would just come here and take it. What would you do? Leave the TV in their trailer when you can't get in contact with them, and it's gonna sit there potentially for 6 months and no one's even gonna be touching it, or over a year potentially? Or would you use it? Well, I took the TV, I took the fan, I took one of the space heaters, I took some blankets, I took some paper plates, some plastic plates, whole bunch of shit. And I'm gonna be honest, if he were to find out, he would say, good, dude, I'm glad, because you know, none of that stuff ever gets used. And his mom would say, good, okay, good. Now, that's just the kind of relationship we have. If it was like something where it was going to cause drama, I wouldn't have taken anything. But it's like, he's like family to me. So me having his TV, he knows that he could come and get it at any time. Me having his fan, he knows he can come and get it at any time. That's fine. The paper plates and stuff, all that stuff I'm going to use, I don't want to hear about it. Here's $20. I do feel bad though, man. It's like, that trailer is a trashed, broken down, nothing works in it. It's got an ugly tarp over it, and the property's all a mess. All around it are like newer trailers and like younger couples and stuff with their kids. And what me and my homie used to do was just gas it out in there, dude. Just smoke it out in there so hardcore that like people started bitching, and like the owner's uncle, who's technically still the owner, but anyway, he's close with my friend's mom. He's known her since 2004. He told her, I won't let anyone move your trailer, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's this eyesore, dude. It's like this piece of shit trailer that me and my buddy destroyed. And then there's all new ones around it. And they all want it gone. And they keep asking me, like, yo, man, where's your friend? Can you, like, find out about moving his trailer? I don't know. I don't fucking know. He shut his phone was disconnected, which means one of two things: he's in jail again, or he's with a girl and living with them and their family and has no ability to hang out with anybody. So it's one of two things. He'll be back in my life, He'll come cruising up the road in the '04 Civic that I sold him, because I know it was at $290,000 the last time he showed me a picture. That was about 3 months ago, but it'll still be driving. Or some other vehicle that he has at that point. But, I'll see him coming up the lane again at some point. We'll reconvene. I mean, shit. We went 10 years without seeing each other up until 2022. We hadn't seen each other in years. Well, I'm sorry, we hadn't seen each other in 8 years. 2014 was the last time we hung out, because our parents were dating then. He took care of me, man. He took care of me that summer. I don't expect anybody to remember, but if you remember, there was an absence of me in summer 22. And I was gone from like July to like November. Well, anyway, regardless, it's irrelevant now, but I wasn't playing and I wasn't streaming. Now, I could have been playing. I just didn't bother. I could have had my hotspot going and played on my laptop. Now, this is gonna sound pretty wild, but that was the last time I ever got to experience life. Was in a small window of time between July and November of 2024. Because in November of 2022. In November of 22, I went back on my hardcore with a vengeance. And I climbed. And I didn't stop the hardcore until the day I died in May of 2024. Then I died in May of 2024 and went full in on this. And here we are 2 years and a month later. I haven't had any like stoppages or like months off or breaks. I just haven't felt the need. So that being said, the last time life is fun when you're not hooked on RuneScape. Like after a couple weeks, you forget about the game. It just disappears from your mind, and all of a sudden you have this free time. Like, what are we gonna go do for breakfast? What are we gonna go do for lunch? Are we gonna play basketball today? Are we gonna go for a hike? That whole summer, that's what me and him did. We just did whatever we wanted to do. And about a month in, I said to him, look, like, you don't get, like, it's got to be costing you to be buying me food and weed and cigarettes and everything. And he said, bro, he's like, remember when you were fucking like 17, 18, whatever, and you were in a band and shit, and you could have went and hung out with girls and hung out with people, but you stayed back and played with me, like hung out with me, played Modern Warfare and shit. I was like, you remember that shit? He's like, well, yeah. He's like, you treated me like a brother. He's like, don't fucking mention money again. I'm like, so he took care of me from July to November. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And a place to live. That summer. And it was cool because I got to experience living a life that's not spent around RuneScape. I got to experience that for a little bit. And I'll tell you what, the days, there's a lot of time in a day. When you really break it down to like, I think I was probably sleeping, some days I'd sleep 6 hours, some days we'd sleep 16. But on the days where we were, productivity then was getting up, going to the diner or something, going to get breakfast, going for a hike, or playing basketball, or going swimming, or doing something in the afternoon, smoking copious amounts of weed and cigarettes, I was eating 3 square meals. I was eating good. I don't even know how much he spent on me that summer. I couldn't begin to tell you. Between the weed and the cigarettes and the food, I couldn't even begin to tell you. But he remembered those late night Dunkin' Donuts trips, man. Yo, Dave, come chill. Like, yeah, come chill with us. We're gonna stay at so-and-so's place. Their parents are gone. Nah, you guys go ahead, man. Are you serious? Yeah. Okay. What's up, buddy? You know, I come in and said, what are you doing? I said, I didn't go. I said, I'm hanging out with you. Oh, shit. Well, he didn't forget. They'd say a kid that was 13 wouldn't remember having a big brother figure. They wouldn't remember something like that. He remembered. He didn't forget me not going out and playing video games with him instead. When our parents would kick us out. There was different arcs, chapters of my life. He's part of the trailer park arc. Now, I don't know when he'll be in my life again. It could be 10 years from now. Who knows? Although, this place won't be here for 10 more years, I'll tell you that much. I'll be lucky if we get another season or two out of this place. He wants to sell it, lease it to a solar company, whatever. That would suck having to live at the same place year round. Like right now and from now through like September, late August, September, I couldn't imagine wanting to be anywhere else. But comes a point where you start feeling like the man in the box. ISO maxing, man. ISO maxing so hard you call your family to tell them that you're alright. Don't send wellness checks. There's a couple times throughout the years where my mom or my dad or my grandmother or somebody in the family would think that like something was up because I would just bro, I lose track of the days. I lose track of the weeks, the months. Will be the next thing. I don't think to tell people that care about me, hey, I'm fine. Like, I'd hope that they know that I'm fine. But I've learned to call and check in at least once or twice a month. They worry. My mother and father worry that I'll just turn up OD'd off something, which I've just been doing psychedelics, man. I'm not in any danger. I'm not popping extra pills. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm eating a good diet. I'm just gonna be honest with you, I'm just really into hash and mushrooms, man. Just lots of both. Now, the mushrooms are given to me, so it's not an expense. I don't want people to have to think that, well, no one's around right now. It's 1 in the afternoon. Come back at 8 p.m. But either way, I don't want people to think their donations or their subscriptions go to my mushrooms or whatever. Like, that's my problem. Hash, that's my problem. I gotta put it on a credit card and then pay it out of my own. That's my problem. That's not your problem. The money given to me on stream stays in PayPal or Cash App, and then it goes to my bills. Like, it goes to internet, phone, car insurance, food. It's for the necessities. My escapades with other things. It's the thing with the mushrooms is like, the person that grows them, and they don't live here. They live locally, though. I wish they lived here, but there's somebody locally that he grows mushrooms and actually has like a medical permit to make them for like personal medical use or whatever. Well, I've known him a while, so he just gives me them. So like, I'd be like, try these out. Try them out, let them know what I think. Right now I have they're called penis envy. It's one hell of a fucking name, but they're I think they're pretty good. I like it. I think I may have had them once before in my life, but not in the quantity that I'm having now. The only problem is, man, the cotton mouth. Like, it's a good thing I brushed my teeth and flossed and everything, because cotton mouth can cause you to have cavities. But I just drink water all the time. Mushrooms make you so thirsty. Now, I have many different ways of ingesting. I put it on my peanut butter and jelly. I put them on my peanut butter and jelly sandwich earlier, like crushed up, like so I couldn't taste it as bad. Yesterday I had chicken and rice. So when the chicken was done cooking and the rice was done, and I put rice and spinach and mixed it. I put a gram of mushrooms in there with fucking mixed. I mean, what I need to do is make some Uncle Dave's famous mushroom tea, man. That stuff. Now that's hard to do though, because that requires a lot of mushrooms. And like, when I was living at this trap house a few years ago, people would just come over. Like, a lot of people. Well, we would grind it all down, and I'd make tea. Real deal shit. Like, take the cheesecloth and put the mushrooms in the grinded up mushroom in the tea and the cheesecloth and let it soak. And you had to put it in at just the right temperature, that it wasn't boiling, but that it wasn't cold. Well, then you had to let it sit, and then you had to let it soak, and then your one last resort, the one last thing that you would do is you would cook it down in oil. Cook it down with oil, till it was just basically all that was left. You basically like caramelized onions. You basically just, it was this goop, a psilocybin goop. Well, you take that, mix it in with the tea, mix it in, let it sit in the fridge for the night. My God. People wanted to buy that shit. I was like, no, sir. That's jail time, boys. That's first time offense jail time. I am not trying to fucking sit in a hot ass fucking jail cell for the summer, dude. Fuck that. Although it would be nice to start working out again. I'm gonna make somebody my bitch. Find myself a prison wife. When you're put in a cage, you become an animal. At least that's what I tell myself whenever I think of if I ever had to go to prison for something I got myself into. Like, for example, if you get in a car accident and somebody dies and you had marijuana in your system even 36 hours prior, you could have been completely stone sober. But if it's in your system 36 hours prior to the accident, it's considered vehicular homicide while under the influence of drugs, which carries a mandatory 15 to life with potentially no possibility of parole. So you're spending the rest of your life in jail. Well, if that ever, not jail, prison. Sorry. So I often mislabel the two. Prison is 5 years and up. You're done. Your life's over. You're in prison. Your life's fucked. Jail, it's like summer camp with free meals and a little bit of overcrowding. It's like one of those things where, like, jail, the racism isn't as prominent, which is nice because I don't want to hate on anyone. I don't want any problems with anyone. Well, in prison, if you don't stay with your own color of people, you will be unalived at some point. You will get attacked. You'll get turned out. You'll get like you could think you're the toughest person in the world, and you go to prison, and there's some people that are tougher than you, man. Like, can you just imagine somebody who has nothing to lose? Like, really? Nothing to lose? Like, life? Doing life without, like... Their only reason for not doing anything too violent and getting caught is so that they don't have to be isolated for too long because you go nuts, apparently. I wouldn't know. locking myself in my trailer and playing RuneScape for a week is a blessing. Being in jail or prison isolation, like, that's just you and your thoughts for sometimes 24 hours a day or more. Sometimes they won't even let them have any exercise. They'll just put them in there, fuck them. That's, like, I see people sometimes make a joke about how if you go to prison, you could just play on a phone, or you could just... I don't think so, man. I think this would probably be the furthest thing from my mind if I had to go there. This game represents freedom and choice. You're free to make a choice to do whatever you want to do. And that's what jail takes from you, is freedom and individuality and choice. And jail and prison, they take that from you. So staying out is probably the best option. What's up, bro? Yeah, I gotta pee real quick. It's happening. I'm on early, which means I'll be on late. Found a lighter that I left somewhere 4 years ago. 4 years ago this thing was put where it was put. I had no lighter. No one around had one either for me. So I found this. And it's a blessing. It's a fucking miracle and blessing at the same time. But these things never die. As I can't light it. It'll die when it runs out of butane in 2 days, but what I meant was you could find one of those if in a dry kept area, you could find one of those 10 years later and it would still work. A Bic would the wick of a Bic, the wick of a Bic of the wick of the Bic. If you had a Bic and you left it somewhere for a couple of years, a lot of times they don't even work. That was a wild experience we had the one time in my buddy's trailer. It was an 87 or an 88, and it was lived in since 2004 by my buddy, and then I don't know who had it before then. Well, his fuse box was shot. So we were taking it out to put a new one in, but we never ended up putting a new one in, so the trailer has no electric. Well, when we took it out, when we put it, there was an old fucking pill bottle with a joint and a little bag of weed that was like dry, like it was just like fell apart, dry. And we smoked the joint. It was just like paper. Like, it didn't get you high. But it was like an ancient joint. It was like a 20-plus-year-old joint. Like, from before he had it. The jar, the pill jar, was dated 1997. And this, we're talking 2023 when we found it. And it didn't get us high. And it tasted bad, but we smoked it. I mean, even in the best kept conditions, marijuana after 20 years is not gonna have the potency. Like, it's a plant. It dies. It loses its potency. It's not like liquor. Bro, if you lose a bottle of whiskey and find it 25 years later, You better fucking enjoy that. Think about this. There are shipping containers and vessels and boats and craft that are at the bottom of the ocean with spirits that have been laying down there for over 100 years, you know, different treasures, if you will. And some rich dudes with money, they have people dive and they can get them stuff like that. So they could say, here's a bottle of the 1915, you know, drinking whiskey shots that are $600 a shot. I mean, this is just like a documentary I watched about like liquor and like alcohol, bootlegging, the prohibition. The people that have access to those old bottles of liquor, a lot of it comes from under the water, like left in ships, like, or in storages, like left in a house that had a wine cellar and it's left behind. Yo, it's good, bro. I mean, I had it was a 2018, I think it was. I found this wine that was in my grandparents' wine cellar. Before they sold that house. My grandmother moved to New York. Well, it was like it was like a mash. It wasn't wine. It wasn't grapes. It wasn't grape wine because all the wine was spoiled. Like the wine that was sitting down there was like turned to vinegar. Like it just was like it was horrible. Not even vinegar. It was just turned to just it was horrible. It was horrible. But there was this mash. I called it swish. And I called it that. I named it after Trailer Park Boys. I named it Swish. Well, it was exactly what it sounds like. Dirty, nasty, fucking fermented, very old fermented fucking mash, essentially. And you'd separate the mash, like the physical goop, from the alcohol that was provided after it. And that shit got me drunk for like 3 months. I had my grandfather, rest his soul, you know, God bless him wherever he is. He fucking found out. There was a lot of shit that he found out he wasn't happy about. Like, I'll never forget New Year's. I had to be about 17, and they finally allowed me to like have my girlfriends come and sleep over and stuff. Like they finally got off my back. You know, they were like, oh, you know, he's a senior in high school now. You know. Well, anyway, me and my buddies would drink all the liquor at their house when we were 14, 15. We'd do it to all of our houses. Well, we would replace the liquor with water. So, it was a New Year's. And my grandfather was in a good mood. He was drinking fucking beer, and he doesn't usually drink. They were giving him Heinekens, and he doesn't usually drink. Well, he's like, oh, you know what, let's fucking take shots, you know? And I'm like, oh shit. And he's like, what do you want? You want bourbon or you want whiskey? And he's asking people what they want a shot of. I think we poured iced tea we would pour iced tea into the darks, and we'd pour water into the lights. So like vodkas, we'd pour water, and darks, we'd pour iced tea. And we would just keep filtrating until there was no more alcohol. Well, he starts pouring shots of Jack Daniels, and everybody cheers it. Oh, they're spitting it out. This 2-year-old, like, lemon juice, like, Lipton, like, powdered lemons mix. Like, and my grandfather looked right at me, he said, this is the last time you have somebody over for New Year's ever. And like to that was his way of threatening me. It was saying my girlfriends wouldn't be allowed over. And I was like, Pap, it happened. I don't fucking care when it happened. And he had the right to be mad. In hindsight, it was funny. At the time, it wasn't. Because that was at an age where people were jealous of me, believe it or not. I looked good. I had a good-looking girl. My long curly hair. People were just waiting for something that they could just bitch at me for, just to slag me down. Well, my uncle got all pissed off. You don't have any respect. This is like 2011. New Year's 2011. Well, they made a big fucking thing out of it, and like, we drank those bottles years ago. There was dust on them. There was dust on them from when we drank them. No one ever went in those closets. Well, of course, just happened to be that New Year's Eve, he fucking wanted to pour shots, which he's never done. I never saw him do it, and I never saw him do it again. There's a couple things you'll never get from the men in my life. A good job, like a good job, son. Good job, grandson. Proud of you. And you will get ganged up on. Two things I learned of the men in my life, and it's taught me the same thing for men in life. Assume someone's out to get you. And then, once you know they're not, be nice. And I try not to be that way. I mean, I was a good son this year. I visited my dad on Father's Day. Now, combination of both the way he is and the way I am, we smoked a bowl, and then he figured I was going to be on my way. He was going to give me some bud and like say goodbye. And I was like, bro, I was going to buy you a pizza and hang out a while. And he was like shocked, but also kind of looked like, damn it, I wanted to fucking get drunk. So it was just kind of like, it felt more like I just went through motions. And then he gave me some sob story about how he was, it's his first Father's Day without his dad. For the entirety of my life, I've never seen the two of them say a nice thing to each other or about each other. So, like the puppy dog tears about, I'm not going to do that when my dad's gone, I'll tell you that much. He would think it was a waste. Wasting tears on him. That's what he would, Although, this is something he told me, like, cause he already has a funeral plot. He's not getting in the mausoleum like all the grandparents did, because the uncles had money. The uncles in my family on my grandmother's side had money. They ran what were called blouse mills, which they made blouses and dresses, and back at a time when that was a thing. Now, in the 80s, they reserved fancy mausoleum, because two of them were veterans, and the rest of the family, the grandparents, the grandfathers, all of them, they paid like $200,000 in today's money on everybody having a grave, everyone having the grandparents, which were the brothers and sisters, had parts in the mausoleum, and all their kids have plots in the same cemetery. So that being said, now that means when my dad dies, the only thing I have to worry about is where I decide we want to have the dinner at, because part of this is there's enough money put in reserve to have a meal for up to 150 people. Now, if 10 people show up to my dad's funeral, I'd be surprised. Because I'll tell you this right now, people that I don't know, that were never around, are not coming and eating on my dollar at that point. I'm keeping that money. Fuck you. There's also a $5,000 executor's allotment of money. So like when my dad dies, immediately I get $5K, and then the funeral's planned out. It was all to make it easier for everybody's future kids. And it did, and it does. My dad doesn't really care about life. He likes to drink himself stupid each night and has no real goals. Now you might say, well, look at you, you bum. Okay, well, I have goals. I have things I enjoy. I have things I'm in charge of, things I run, things I like. My dad has nothing good to say about life. It's sad. It's really sad, dude. I feel bad for him. Now, this is crazy. He talked to me about getting a place together in the winter. I've known him for almost 32 years. He's never invited me to live with him anywhere. I was an inconvenience growing up. He would pick me up, rent me a video game, sit me at my grandmother's, and he'd go in the basement and get drunk. I was always an inconvenience. So, him coming to me being like, hey, I was like, he must just be drunk. Yeah, it's actually vodka. It's not water. It's pure. That's pure Everclear. That'd be wild. Is it gonna start raining more later? If it's gonna, I gotta see real quick about this weather. Oh, okay. I want to wash out my pot and pan. I want to make elbow macaroni with ragu cheese sauce tonight. We're doing easy meals today. Chicken patties, peanut butter and jelly, and some pasta. Just very basic. I had a person in my life at one point who was convinced that I was walking around drinking vodka out of a water bottle. Yeah, I have. It's hard to spread it, and it says you're supposed to keep it in the fridge. And I keep it in the fridge, but when I try to spread it on the bread, it's like rock hard. It's kind of annoying. Well, I have my fridge so cold that my milk gets iced in it. But there is nothing more refreshing than ice cold milk and cereal. Rice Krispies. I don't think I'm gonna have pasta tonight. I think I'm just we're gonna have chicken patties. That sounds good to me tonight. I gotta wash that pot out though. I don't know, I'm kind of torn between pasta or chicken patties. Got the banquet chicken patties too, man. Only the best. This mix was interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna try, bro. Eat a good, decent, half-decent meal, go for a walk, and then take a nap, and then get up and do my nighttime shenanigans. My push for partnership goal is kind of screwed though, because I can't keep myself to doing one stream a day. But at night, I average 50 viewers. But like, I'm bored. So like, what I'm saying is in the daytime, I have less people watching my stream than I do in the nighttime. So when you're trying to average a high amount of viewers, and you go to one point in the day and there's 10 people and another point, but I just don't care. If I want to go live, I don't care. I don't care how many people are there. That's what I realized. I was like, I wanted to push for like partner, so you know, only going live at night. I just don't care. I like talking about the grind. I don't care how many people are there. I'll be right back though before it starts raining. I want to wash up my pasta pot. Pasta pot! I'm a bitch! fuck's sake! And for fuck's sake! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ. Wow. You know what keeps happening right now? So I'm at 911 mil. I was ranked 104. Now, this dude with the trophy next to his name said he was ranked 93 pre-sailing, has maxed again. So there's these trophy guys that used to be top 100 that are maxing now. So it's just gonna, like... I'm fighting, people I don't even know of yet. That was a good fucking playlist. Let's see how this one is. Sandra Collins. The last mix was by Quiver. Yeah, for a little bit, it's gonna be a matter of like false truth for a bit. But we're talking like here, what I'm talking to you about is something that 6 weeks from now, all those who aren't remaxed, I'll be ahead of either way by that point already. So we're talking of a margin of like 20 million XP. Now, obviously, Guardy would go right back where he was, and they would drop me down. But I'm talking like the people that I call the trophy accounts that were, they're the ones that are remaxing. Even at their remaxed form, they're not going to be 950 mil. They weren't 950 mil. So they're only a temporary issue. They're a temporary issue. I mean, what matters more, F or XP anyway? I'll be top 100 EHP before XP. So, what are we gonna decide matters more? You know what I'm saying? I like to think hours and XP both have a value. But I feel like my EHP rank, that's my rank. I might be 105 in XP right now, but in reality, there's like 20-30 people that aren't remaxed that are ahead of me. So technically in XP, I'm like ranked 130, and in EHP, I'm ranked 106. So that's a good thing. That's what you want. But there are in that span of 30 people is a margin of less than. We're talking like this. Put it this way, LeBong. By the time I'm a Bill, I'll be top like 80. I'll be like ranked like 77, between 77 and 82, 85. Even after those guys would remax, I'm still going to be ahead. So that's cool. But like this week and next week, these weeks specifically, when a person maxes and they're like a mil XP ahead of me, it's like, ah, fuck. That's a new name to beat. So I keep going from like rank 104 to rank 105, to rank 104 to rank 105, then 103, then 104, then like my peak rank so far was 103 XP, 107 EHP, 103 XP. That's as far as I've gotten so far. Yeah, a lot of those guys that are top 10 and all, that's cool. They've averaged like an hour and a half of playtime a day since like 2017. A lot of the high up UIMs, some even less hours for even longer. When I started competing, I averaged 5 hours a day since I started full-timing the UIM. I've averaged 5. So I'm doing 5 times more than the average of people that are up there because they've been playing for so long. So the only reason they're up there is because they've been playing for 8 years, 10 years, and it adds up. But that's how this game works. They may have played less than me during their climb, but they still made the climb. Now, here's the question. Are they going to continue to keep averaging an hour and a half, 2 hours a day long term, and I'm going to average 5 plus or whatever? If that's the case, we might make some contact with some people at some point. But it all depends. It's like joining a company and being envious of your bosses, but knowing that you don't have the time yet. You know you can't manage anything because you haven't even been able to manage yourself yet. You haven't even been top page yet, let alone top 100. So you could look at high ranked players and like demotivate yourself. This is a true story. I quit once because I logged into the same world as Woo91, and at the time he was only like 1.5 bill XP. But looking him up and seeing his account, I was just like, fuck this. So then I focused full time on my hardcore. Because if people remember the past at all, when I played my hardcore, I would sprinkle in periods of time where I played this. Really, this is when you're a hardcore Iron Man or an Iron Man or anything, and you start playing another account, you're burnt. Like, you're burnt. You're either complacent or burnt. I've been there. You can't have it all. You can't be top page in one thing and play something else at the same time. At least I wasn't able to. Now, if people that are 200 mil all, obviously that applies, they can do that. But that's 25 people in the world that are top page and play other accounts. Okay? So there's only 25 slots in the world to be able to say that you do that. So if say you're a top page hardcore and you play a UIM, times when I was playing my UIM were when I was sort of disinterested in my hardcore. I got complacent. Wait, the thing with top page hardcore is it's so easy to get there that once you get there, you realize, hey, I'm the only one competing. You realized, huh, I could just AFK. You know, my UIM, I'm sorry, my hardcore Ironman, it's a fucking travesty the way that it died, because if I would have lived for 3 more weeks, just 3 more weeks, I would have hit my 50 mil Slayer goal, and I was going to do Hunter next. After Hunter, I was going to use up the what would have been about 75,000. I had 50,000 giant seaweed. Well, I was going to use that all up, do crafting after that. I had enough herblore secondaries to go from 25 million herblore to like 70 million herblore. I had shit planned. I had shit stacked. And then I died. And it's over. Like, all those plans, all the supplies. $200,000 limpworts, 150,000 whiteberries, 70,000 potato cactus, 50,000 giant seaweed. Gone. Just useless. Made useless. Yeah, but it's fucking, it never led to anything. It never got to see fruition. So it's just like, I'm glad I dropped everything and it went to random projects that I had over the last couple of years, / donated it to my friends of mine, just dropped them money. So everything that was on it that was worth value is gone. I think I even nuked the fire cape. Maybe not, I don't remember. Imagine if Jad wasn't safe. I'd be okay with that. Like, I'm fine with Jad. I know I'd be okay. But like, the hypothetical hardcore Iron Man would be, I would focus on, I would get a concave and I'd make money. I'd make a lot of money. And I would get 99 ranged in magic. So that I have the best odds of taking on Saren and Galvek. I would get those quests. I would get questing out of the way right at the beginning. Song of the Elves, DS2. Well, Gothic Sleeps. I'd have to get all that done right away. Or else I'd just have to keep on, yeah, I have a fire cape on here. Or else I'd just have to keep on fucking remaking. I would have to keep remaking until I didn't die on those bosses. On those quests. So that could be a pain in the fucking balls. Galvek's an unforgiving bitch. Now, I remember it like clockwork, like start out with the bombs on the deck, pace left to right, dodge your fireball, then he hits the left side of the deck, or we'll call it east of the boat. Then you're dodging. Then there's the waves. Then there's on the right side of you, and then he jumps on the deck, and then it's DPS versus Galvek at that point. Now, if you're like me and you do DS2 with an adamant crossbow, like I did, it took a couple fucking, on my UIM, it took a couple of regos to do DS2. It took me a couple, I had to re-gear for Galvek a couple times. Saren wasn't horrible. It took 5 tries with Ice Rush, and then I got Blood Rush, and then I went and got Blood Bark armor, and I got my magic up to Blood Burst, and then I took care of the quest. Did I have D Slayer 2 on the Hardcore Iron Man? No. No, hell no. That would have taken balls that I didn't have at the time. If I was on a hardcore, I feel confident that I could do Galvec. I did it enough times on the UIM. I had to redo it enough times because I couldn't DPS it. I ran out of stuff. I think I had to do Galvec 8 times because I had no anti-fires and I had Emerald Bolts enchanted with a adamant crossbow. It was me and Galvec on the boat on the last leg of his fight, of his health, and me having to telly out because I kept running out of... Now, in doing that, in all my past ventures of getting 200 quest points and making alts, I'm one of the best. Like, I'm one of the best players to make an account and go from nothing to 200 quest points, DS2, Song of the Elves, Barrow's Glove, so that I've done it so many fucking times that I could probably, you know, if I got paid to do it, I'd make quick money. But it's like, it's a very simple process. You get B gloves, you go that whole route, you work your way through other quests to get through the Song of the Elves path, and by then you're 200 quest points, you do Dragon Slayer 2. It's a very, like, that's the route I used to take as a Rune Dragon alt. When I built my Rune Dragon alts, my peak performance, my peak was, I was rank 18 main, playing on 2 Rune Dragon alts, and questing 2 at the same time. I don't know if you guys remember that period of time, but that was my peak. That was the hardest that was the most I ever did at one time. I was top page main doing 200 mil smithing, was playing on 2 Rune Dragon alts that were already quested, and I was questing 2 more. That was, like, unheard of today. You know, like, no one does that live. Well, it went from 4 to 7 to 11 accounts with a couple flipping. It just kept... The only option back then was quantity. Now, I rented 3 of them from Enlin. He had a very good rental service going. A fully geared RD alt, 40 mil a month. Ha! I was making 10 mil an hour. So, 3 of them, 12, 120 mil, 12 hours, paid for 3 for a month. Now, here was my problem at the beginning of this escapade. During the peak, I made over 6 bill in less than 2.5 months, in like 2 months. Now, 2 of that 6 bill got staked away. And then I wised up. I was like, you know what? Like, stop going to the arena. There were nights, like, I didn't tell Enlin till later in the future, but, like, I would take all I made that day, right? So say it was like I made like 100 mil that day. Well, I'd go and stake it. And if I won, I'd go to bed. If not, ensued a process of me selling the gear from 4 of them were mine, 3 of them weren't. It got to where I would go and sell the gear. At the time, the lance and the full justice share and a lance and prims at the time was 250 mil. So what I'd do is I'd have to sell the gear off of an account to make back the 100 mil. Well, when we'd lose, guess what? Lose another 100 mil. Before you knew it, you were selling the gear off a second account. Then you'd go up a little bit, go down, go up. The worst night It was the last time I ever staked. I had sold 5 sets of gear. So not only did I sell all the gear off my accounts, I sold the gear off one of Edlin's accounts. Well, I rebuilt my gear. I hero chucked 300 mil, then I hero chucked 600 mil, and I bought all my gear back and never went again. And I went on a rampage of about a 5-week rampage where I made about 4 bill in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and then did Herblore, Prayer, 100 mil Con XP and 100 mil Fletching XP in a succession. Just like made the money, spent the money. I didn't fuck around. But I hit a very, very, very low. I almost would have had to tell the dude, hey, by the way, I staked away 750 mil worth of your gear. I'll get you back. Or 150, 250 mil, whatever the fuck it was. It was not a good time. It was a bad time. I'm glad they got rid of the fucking arena. Not that I would benefit from it now. Can you imagine if you could stake other UIMs? Imagine that you could obtain other UIM stuff by fighting each other. You know, that would make sense for most games. Like, to gain more resource, you'd have to fight. Now, I think personally the game should be like, it would suck for me because I'd get just stream sniped, but like it should be a game where like it's PvP world. Every world's a PvP world. If you could die at any time, like people could be around at any time. It would add like a whole nother layer to this game. I'm not gonna make a wilderness only account, but imagine if all of it was dangerous. Everything you did, you had to watch your back. It would change everything. Yeah, that'd be great for Hardcore Iron Man. Thin out the herd. Peanut butter and jelly or chicken patties? I'm gonna do chicken patties. Get some sustenance. Chicken patties! You have to keep brews on you all the time. All the time. Thing better be fucking cooking too. There's been a few times with that fucking it's because of my fucking dad with his goddamn fucking space heater. He kept it in the same socket, the same power outlet socket, and burned it out. So the one is almost burned out. I need to put a new receptacle in there, but I'm too lazy. I guess I'll get unlazy when my camper catches on fire. But I keep forgetting, don't put it in the top slot, put it in the bottom slot. I'll set the timer, I'll walk away, it'll ding, I'll come and I'll look, and it's off. It's like, fuck! Like when you think something's preheated and you're ready to throw your food in, and you realize you didn't even fucking turn it on, that sucks. That shit sucks, bro. It's very discouraging. It's very discouraging. At that point, it's like, fuck, why am I even gonna make anything to eat right now? This is fucked. Yeah, I think I'll have chicken patties now, and then... shit. Maybe I'll have pasta in the middle of the night, or something. Who knows? Whenever I'm hungry, I eat. Couple chicken patties, that'll be a nice lunch. It's chicken patties. It's just a round chicken that goes on a roll. So yeah, I guess it's a chicken burger. Yeah. It was that or a peanut butter and jelly. The Blue Jay patty. That's a real fresh homemade burger. Not like that store-bought shit. Might be some feathers. Sorry, I'm doing something. Okay. Okay. Something for my dad. Holy shit, that took off. These are the people that are annoying when you run on Twitter. This guy died with a dragon square shield. He never made it to Artie to do the diary, which I've done this too. I've dropped this. I could just imagine the type. Like I could just by reading their messages, you could tell what type of people they are. What am I looking at here? I've bagged three of the halves already, and I'm only 97 combat. What context am I missing? He literally said, I did not, however, make this an arty. If you get a shield piece, don't forget to smith it. He said, what context am I missing? I said, he just never went to arty to complete the elite. Thus is upset because he needs to now get a shield left half and manage to make it there without dying. So, what context are you missing? Like, what the fuck kind of, like... Oh, well that makes sense. Account created September 2019. Media personality. Please be patient. I'm a massive cornball. Following 0 people. Followers 1. But the entitlement, the way they talk. What am I missing here? What's the... Shut the fuck up, dude. You random. Like... Him commenting on that tweet, me commenting back, was the most interaction his Twitter's gotten since 2019. Like, don't make a big sentence and then put another sentence under it and punctuate it all correctly like that shit to me, dude. Like, who the fuck are you? What context am I missing? you're missing all the context because you have one Twitter follower and you tweet all day long. How does that? Why? Like, how do those people continue? Like, there's people that tweet all day, right? No one likes the tweets. No one interacts with the tweets. Zero interaction whatsoever, but they just keep tweeting. It's like, I did that stuff when I was in my early 20s, but I see grown men doing it. Although, you want to know who the biggest 180 ever pulled on Twitter was by, though? Vizala did that. Go look at the Detached Joy Twitter. Look at the traffic. We're talking about somebody who used to get bullied by everybody, and nobody looked at his Twitter, so he did a Uno Reverso on people and transitioned, and now, because he identifies as female, people are nice to him, and his Twitter's trafficked as fuck. I ought to try that. I'm gonna go and start an argument with everyone. And then when they come at me to retaliate, I'm gonna say that I'm a girl. Please don't harm me. Like, please be nice to me. I'm sorry, but when you're a 45-year-old man and your main goal in life is to try to flex on people, and like, you live off the government and shit, and like, that's a disrespect to the LBZBQBT whatever community. Someone, telling people that they transition so that they'll think they're a girl and leave them alone. That's disrespectful. There are multiple posts of Vizala putting down transgender people. Multiple. It was a convenience for them to get themselves out of being bullied on Twitter and getting some interaction on Twitter, which they get now. They got guys commenting, you go girl. We're talking about a 400+ pound person, folks. Now, I'm only saying this mean stuff because he went and attacked people online for no reason and then hid behind a fake transition to deflect the bullying that came his way. And it worked. He did it. He actually did it. She must be a beaut. And the best part is, like, people won't be like, post your picture, they won't. They'll just be nice to them on Twitter because it's in this culture. If you're not nice to people that are different like that, But the thing is they don't know the lore behind his quote transition. You mean to tell me a very, very, very heterosexual male overnight just decides they're gonna be, and it just happens to coincide when they started a war that they wouldn't been able to finish? Just a little bit of a timeline issue going on for me. The timeline's a little too abrupt. Like, I feel like it seems like a cop-out to me. Like, oh guys, please don't bully me, I'm a girl. After you just went and talked shit on the whole, like, high-level he went at the high-level community, just saying all yeah. There's posts on the old HLC cursed Twitter of him posting prejudiced tweets towards the transgender community, which he now identifies as. Like, And we're talking within the last like 5 years. We're not talking about 20 years ago. We're talking like he was a jerk about that topic for forever. But then when it became convenient to dodge a bunch of hate coming his way, I gotta admit, that's a pretty unique cop-out and a way to build traffic for yourself, that's for sure. Brownie points, snaps for that. But you want to know something? Behind the random tweets and shit that he posts about his irrelevant accounts, which is, he just wants people to love his accounts, to think that his accounts are so great. Like, I think he posted an imbued heart drop on a main recently. It's like, bro, you're on a main in 2026, tweeting out imbued hearts, and you get 20,000 views because you're telling people you're a girl. Like, you're not really winning. Oh, I gotta chuck my patties into the fucking cooker. If it was Vizala being real, no one would have even interacted with any of the posts. And then he would have went on a rant about how no one interacted with the posts and how he's, superior. Okay, there's 8 and there's 3. So there's an odd number in here. So I'm going to have 3. You gotta love that, man. You get an extra patty when that happens, because it's supposed to be 10, but sometimes they throw a third and it's like getting a rare card. Well, there was 11 patties in there, man. So that means we get an extra. I gotta conserve my energy for my nighttime gig, man. That's when the daytime is just like a couple of the homies get together. Nighttime's a party. Party. Well, I'm gonna go eat, watch some shit, take a nap, and I'll see you guys tonight. Whoever's here now, who's around then. Whoever's not, I'll see you when I see you.